Hey, this is Jeremy from Production Den. So glad that you joined me today. Today we're going to be talking about recording vocals in both FL Studio and in Ableton. FL Studio just recently did an update that has greatly improved the way that you can record vocals inside of a project. So I'm going to walk you through that first, and then I'm going to show you how to do it inside of Ableton and show you what I like and what I don't like about both of those scenarios. So let's go ahead and jump in. So FL Studio put out an update a couple of weeks ago, and I just now got around to actually updating it, but there are some new features that they put in here that I think are pretty cool. I haven't yet explored them, so I'm going to explore them with you as I'm talking you through this, as I'm exploring it on my own as well. They made some updates for doing recording for audio, and I think it's going to be a good update potentially for vocalists and for people who do instrument recording. So if you go down to a track, they had this feature in here before of being able to route audio to a specific track. But now, if you come in here and you come down to track mode and you go to audio track, and then you can assign a track from the mixer. So let's say we're just going to assign track 7. But now there's these new features right here, which one of them is assigning the audio input source. One is recording where you want it to record, so post all your effects or pre all your effects or any of those kinds of things. And then the actual recording, like arming and disarming for recording, which I think is awesome. So if you come into the mixer, now it's showing that this is assigned to this particular track, track 7 right now. So if I come back here and I choose my audio source, I'm going to choose input 2, which is what this current microphone that I'm using is on right now. So let me stop talking here for a minute while I get this situated. And so now you can see the signal is coming in from the same microphone that I'm recording on now. So it's going to be kind of weird because I'm talking to you on this microphone as I'm walking you through this process, but this is also the microphone that I'm going to use when I actually record the vocal for this particular track. But you can see it's routed in there correctly. Everything is working the way that it should. So I'm going to rename and color this. I'm going to assume that this will translate across everything. So let's just go for that blue. Okay. And then I assume as we step out back to here, yep. So it just translates the color, the tag, everything. So everything is connected, which is great because that was not, I don't think, a feature that they had before. So right now everything is armed for recording. It's armed when it's in the red zone. So now we could come in here and just record a quick clip, and let's see how this works. Let me play through this clip really quickly before I actually sing it so that you can, so that I can have a chance to listen through it before I try to sing it. All right, so I know which clip that is. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of runway here by giving myself a 4 count before I come in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and press the record button, and it should just go ahead and record the audio. The only thing I don't know is if it automatically assigns where that audio goes. So by default, it just automatically goes to the recorded audio file, which is over here on this other side. So you'll see this recorded. So anything that you record from here will automatically go there unless you go through the process of setting it up in a folder or in a specific location where you want the audio recorded to. So that's what I did right before this, is I set it all to record to a specific folder. And now we're going to actually roll in and just go ahead and record a pass on this vocal real quick. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to press R and get rolling. All right, so I did that first pass on there, and that went ahead and recorded. So one of the things that I wanted to see was whether or not, say if I wanted to come back in and do another clip, how it would handle that. So let's see what happens. Let's just try it. So I went ahead and recorded 2 passes on this vocal, and now what I want to do is go back and A/B those different vocals to see which one I think might be a better pass, or maybe sections of that vocal that I think are a little bit better than the other one. So I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to use my mute tool, which is if you press T on your keyboard and you come in here, you can mute out one of the takes, and then I'll just listen through this first take and see what we've got. So I'm going to, yeah, let's just do that real quick. All right, so let's go back and listen to the other one. So I'm going to unmute the second one. I'm going to mute the first one. All right, so let's say I like some of the different sections out of each one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute both of those, and what I will do is use the slice tool. So I'm going to come in here and just slice between each one of these phrases real quick. And the reason that I'm going to do that is so that I can get rid of certain phrases that I like out of one, keep them from the other one that I like, and go from there. So let's say that I like the phrase from this first one down here. So what I would do is come up in here and get rid of that first one. So this is the only take here. And let's say I liked the take or this part of this vocal here. So I might get rid of that section there. And then I liked this one again here. So I might get rid of that one. But then maybe I like this last phrase down here. So now I've basically created this quick comp of this vocal, and it should sound pretty similar across the board, but it's just now one singular vocal take because I've taken out pieces from one and taken out pieces from another that I like and just put them together as a singular take by taking out different sections of that. So let's listen to that really quickly. So obviously, if I was doing this for real, I'd probably go in and do a lot different recording. I wouldn't use this microphone necessarily for my main vocal. I would probably break out a condenser mic, but I just wanted to show you guys an example of this new way of recording inside of FL Studio that I think will really help, especially for vocalists and people that are doing multiple takes on, let's say, an instrument where you want to piece together maybe that performance a little bit better. I like the features that this is providing now where you can take multiple takes and it's not letting you hear the previous take, and then you can go in and audition between those things and pretty quickly come up with the takes that you want out of that. So I like this workflow a heck of a lot better than what it was before. All right, so now we're in Ableton. I'm going to show you how I set up to record the vocals and do multiple takes as well. So this is, again, a similar section of the song that we were just working on. It's a little bit faster, like I explained last week. If you didn't watch last week's video where I did a breakdown of the workflow between FL Studio and Ableton on just putting together some basic instruments and getting some ideas down, then you can go back and watch that. I'll include a link up here that you can check out, and I'll also include one down in the description below. But this is the same section. Let me go ahead and make sure I mute out the vocal piece on this. All right, so it's basically the same kind of setup that we had in FL Studio that we were just looking at. So for recording vocals inside of Ableton, what I end up having to do is create an audio track. So I'll come down here and I'll say insert audio track. And then I have to tell it which microphone to pull from. So I'm going to tell it to pull from microphone 2, which is also this microphone. So I'll have to remember to mute that in the audio when I'm doing the video. So now I have this set up so it's going to record from this microphone. So if I switch the view over here to this other mode, you'll see that it's set to 2 and that you can see some signal coming in there, and that's good. And so when I come back here, and if I were ready to record, then I would come over here and make sure that I was set up to record. So now it's armed for recording. And then I would go ahead and just make sure that I'm on that first line of where I want to start. And it's going to give me a countdown of 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and record like a similar little stretch like I did before in FL Studio. So let's check that out. She whispers in the wind, the secrets of her heart, in hopes they find a way to you, with courage to touch the spark. All right, so I recorded that first pass. Let's say that I wanted to go back and do another pass. So I'll go ahead, I'm still armed for recording, and I'm gonna go ahead and run just one more pass of that same kind of thing. I'm pressing F9 to go ahead and hit the record button. It's armed for recording over here. So when I press F9, it gives me the countdown, and then I can jump into the recording. She whispers in the wind, the secrets of to touch the spark. So you'll see that I just finished recording up the 2 passes in Ableton, but I only see one thing on my screen right now. So in order to be able to see everything, I have to come over here to this actual audio track, and then I'm going to press Control Alt and U. And what that's going to do is open up the lane view. And what that shows me is all the different takes that I've recorded, and then I can see what Ableton is pulling from. So this top audio right here is the one that's being played or being comped together or put together from the different pieces. And right now it's taking everything just from this second audio take. But let's say that I wanted to take this part from the first take on this track. So if I did that and selected it using that tool, just highlighting around it and press enter, you'll notice now if I click off of that it's taking this section from this first track, and it's taking this section from the second track, and this section. So let's say that I wanted to grab this one. I could also press enter over here, and so now it's comped it together from these 2 different takes, the different pieces that I want to use. And I think this is a little bit more, I like this method a little bit more than what is in FL Studio, but I think their latest update is getting really close to this same kind of workflow. And I like this workflow a lot just because I don't have to take out sections of the song like I have to do in FL Studio or mute sections or whatever. I can just come in here and just select the pieces that I want, and it automatically mutes out the other sections for me from the FL Studio version. So I like that process a little bit better, and you can see, at least from my perspective, I think it's a little bit cleaner than FL Studio, but I think FL Studio's latest update has a lot of really great features that you can use that are pretty similar to this. So I actually had to go and watch a video on YouTube really quickly to figure out how to adjust these take lanes, because I had screwed this up and I had lost my whole second audio take and I didn't know what to do to get it back. So the selections and the enter tool is the way to go, or alternatively you can use the pencil tool and you can just draw around the sections that you want. Another nice feature of this is you can actually go through and just select the one lane and audition the lane by itself. So if I wanted to just listen to this first take, I could do that. But then if I want to switch over to the next take, so that's nice if you have a little section that you want to work through really quickly and just listen to a couple different takes. You can just use these little speaker icons that are over on the right side to be able to audition each one of those takes and figure out which one you like better, and then you can go ahead and make those selections take it off of here, and then you can make the selection and say, hey, I definitely like this version of the take. Well, hopefully it was helpful for you to be able to see a couple different ways that you can go about recording vocals, both in FL Studio and in Ableton. And I hope that it was helpful to see the differences between the both of those. So if you're on the fence about one DAW or another, you can get a better idea about the workflow and what may appeal to you more about one of the other programs. If you are an FL Studio user, I want to let you know that I have a free 3-part series that you can sign up for below in the description that will walk you through how to use the program to produce a song. So it will walk you through things like programming drums or recording a VST instrument using a MIDI keyboard, recording your vocals with a microphone, or just setting up some of those basic things that you need to know in order to put together an entire song. If this video was helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you can get alerted every time I post a new video, and I will see you in the next round.